4 who died and 19 who were injured. Crump says in their investigation they found several construction and design flaws in the materials, including breaks and twists in the metal.
Helene last year proved that hurricanes are statewide events and can happen in Georgia and South Carolina, just not on the coast.
And with the next hurricane season already here, Governor McMaster joined state leaders yesterday to share the latest on preparations and what South Carolinians need to do now to be ready. Your State House reporter Mary Green was there.
The governor joined state leaders and other partners here in downtown Columbia for the state's annual Hurricane Tabletop exercise. It gives them an opportunity to test and practice the state's emergency operations plan, and it's just one step South Carolina is taking to be ready this hurricane season.
We have experienced these emergencies, and we know we're going to have more. But we are ready. We just want the people to be ready.
South Carolina leaders emphasize annually that the impacts of hurricanes can and will be felt across the state. That reality was underscored last year with Helene, the deadliest storm in state history.
I am satisfied and confident that we have done important work here today and that we are ready to respond to the citizens as needed this year.
The director of the state's Emergency Management Division, Kim Stenson, says South Carolinians should take 3 important steps to prepare for this year's hurricane season. Prepare their homes, know their evacuation zone if they live in one, and remember their route to evacuate.
If the governor gives an evacuation order, it has been made carefully with critical thought and leadership, looking at what's coming and how to protect the state of South Carolina.
But even for people who live away from the coast and likely wouldn't need to evacuate, Stenson says there are precautions they should take right now to be ready for a storm.
We advise everybody, not just for hurricanes, but for every event, that they have a plan. They know what their threats are. If they live in a low-lying area, then they need to consider where they need to go and how they're going to get there. And you also need to be the help until help arrives. So certainly having at least 3 days of food and water available is very critical. Having some means of listening to battery-operated radio or something like that in case the electricity goes out.
And if people can't safely remain at home during a storm, state leaders say they're ready to put up as many as 29 evacuation support shelters that can hold up to 23,000 people. While Georgia and North Carolina are hosting matches for the 2025 FIFA World Cup, South Carolina
In the 7-day, it'll look one more time at that first alert coming up.
All right, thanks, Tim. With kids out of school for the summer, the American Heart Association is calling on families to make this summer as safe as it is fun. With it being CPR and AED Awareness Week, the organization is encouraging people to be ready to save a life if necessary.
And for one Aiken County high schooler, his life was saved after he went into cardiac arrest earlier this year. Here's Anna Halliburton reports this morning.
A cardiac emergency can happen at any time, anywhere, to anyone. 14-year-old football player Christopher Hiley experienced it himself back in March while weightlifting at school.
We were able to see a video. He was squatting. It doesn't look like it was heavy weight. He went up the bar, he went down to squat, and then he just collapsed. He went backwards. Unresponsive.
Christopher's mom, Ashley Brown, says this was a first. She was out of the country when she got the call and quickly came back that same day.
I was shocked. I'm like, how? I mean, even my mom had said that morning she had talked with him. He was in good spirits. Like, nothing was wrong. He's not a sickly child.
Christopher says he doesn't remember much that day other than going to school and then waking up in the hospital. Thankfully, he was surrounded by people who knew what to do when he went into cardiac arrest.
Coach Dorn was there. He started CPR. He was able to kind of get everybody together, go get help. The school nurse came, brought the AED, and they were able to shock him and give him rescue breaths until EMS got there.
She says they're grateful to the staff for their quick actions.
Not all teachers are CPR certified, so I'm very lucky that it happened in a place where his coach knew what to do. My fear is that if it was in the cafeteria or in the bus loop, he may not have been as fortunate.
It feels good because I wouldn't be here right now because of them.
Some really good news there. And as far as Christopher now, he's working with doctors who say that he should be able to play football again, just with some modifications.
You can find where to go to learn CPR in our area and ways to support the American Heart Association's mission. Just go to our website, wrdw.com.
Okay, we're for riding for a cause. Tomorrow, Burke County High School going to be rolling out at 2 p.m. Burke County Sheriff's Office, all motorcycle and muscle car enthusiasts. All right, well, that sounds like a good time right there. Hopefully we can hold off the storms.
Since 2022, the CSRA has seen at least 30 people under the age of 20 killed during violent crimes. Today is Wear Orange Day, and coming up tonight, Moms Demand Action and Georgia Shift are hosting a call to action while honoring lives lost to gun violence. They're working to end that, and if you'd like to go, that event starts at 6 p.m. at the Jesse Norman Amphitheater and Plaza. It's free to attend, and you're going to be hearing from some elected officials, including Richmond County Sheriff Eugene Brantley, Augusta commissioners, judicial leaders, and more. Organizers are asking you to wear orange, which is the national color for gun violence awareness.
Richmond County deputies need your help finding this runaway 17-year-old girl. Deputies say Aaliyah Ash was last seen May 29th on Commonwealth Way. They say this isn't the first time she's gone missing. She was last seen wearing a black Snoop Dogg shirt and black jeans. She adds, or officials add, she could be in the Wrens area. If you have any information on where she may be, call the Richmond County Sheriff's Office.
An organization that's mission is to help the community is now asking for your help. It's so the Golden Harvest Food Bank can continue to fight hunger in Hancock County. It says that the county has the most severe child hunger levels in the entire country. And a recent report from Feeding America finds that nearly every other child is hungry in Hancock County. The report also shows nearly half of all children in the rural Georgia County are living in food insecure households. Counties like Burke, Richmond, Jefferson, and a few others are also seeing an extreme urgent need for food. Each of those counties with 1 in 3 children living in food insecure households. You can help by volunteering or even donating at your local Golden Harvest Food Bank. We do have that information on our website, wrdw.com. All you have to do is search Golden Harvest.
We're on your side this morning with a safety alert for a boil water advisory for the entire town of Sardis. The advisory is in effect due to a water main break there. Anyone in the city should use bottled water or boil their water for at least a minute or two before using it. Even if it goes through a water purifier, you should still boil it. Don't brush your teeth with it or drink any water that has not been boiled. Right now, it's not clear on how long that advisory will be in place, but we are on your side with any updates both on air and online. Just go to wrdw.com.
Parents, if your kid hasn't caught their first fish, they're going to have the chance to do so this weekend. Your child can fish for free at Bass Pro Shops on Cabela Drive. It is the catch and release ponds, and that's where we find your
Chance of storms each day. 644.
All right, thanks, Tim. And with the chance for those storms this weekend, this is a good time to download our First Alert weather app. You can scan the code right there on your screen to download it. You can customize your notifications so you only get the weather alerts you want. A Gainesville family frustrated after they were suddenly cut off from a drug that's given their 4-year-old daughter a chance to be a child.
Your Georgia State House reporter, Abby Kasouris, reports.
It's crazy. Caroline Filchak welcomes us into her home.
Okay, get your legs, sit up.
She says her middle child, 4-year-old Hope, is a miracle, the embodiment of her name.
Hope's life is truly a gift every day.
Hope has a rare mitochondrial disease affecting less than 100 patients in the world. Microphthalmia attacks cells in the body, causing developmental delays and muscle weakness. Doctors told the family she wouldn't talk, but Big Brother Thomas has something to say about that.
Wrong.
Last year, doctors found Hope's heart was getting weaker. They prescribed her elampretine, an investigational drug, to help with cell production. This is Hope before. She was sleeping 17 hours a day, missing chances to learn at school. This is her after.
She's up at 8:30 in the morning. She's having a full day. She's able to play. She's able to read. She's able to sing and dance and interact with friends and really have a childhood.
It's the only drug like it on the market. Last year, an FDA committee voted in favor of its approval, but ultimately the FDA decided to delay the decision, instead putting a special clearance in place. That clearance just lapsed. We reached out to the FDA to try to figure out why and what parents can do now. They would not respond to our request on the record. In between doctor's visits and busy everyday life, the family is calling friends, writing to Congress, the FDA, even the president.
We have advocated on many different stages for Hope, with her care team, with doctors, even in our local community, we advocate for inclusive playgrounds. There's many stages that you have to advocate for, but right now, we're definitely focused on the medical side of advocacy for Hope.
In Gainesville, I'm Abby Kasoris.
Taking you to break now, giving you a live look here over Grovetown. It is 6:46.
Beautiful.
Coming up on CBS Morning today, but we'll have a look at that 7-day one more time here in just a few moments. 6:50 our time.
All right, thanks, Tim. If you suffered major home damage in Hurricane Helene, your time is running out to apply for the Hearts Georgia program. Officials say that applications will close Sunday, June 15th, and after that, no more applications are going to be accepted. The state-run initiative gives temporary housing for people whose homes were significantly damaged or even destroyed. If you qualify, that program will give you assistance through September. You can find links to apply on our website, wrdw.com. Just search Hearts Program.
Golfers at Belmead Country Club honored the 50th anniversary of the first black golfer to play in the Masters with a tournament of their own. This is some video from that tournament yesterday. People competed in the 9th annual fundraiser for the Lucy Craft Laney Museum of Black History.
I think we like the part of telling the African American story of golf, particularly here in Augusta. This year we're honoring the 50th year of Lee Elder becoming the first black golfer to golf in the Masters Golf Tournament, and that was back in 1975. And just how amazing that day was.
Lee Elder and his caddies Henry Brown, Jesse Ross, and Henry McClendon were all honored during the tournament. All proceeds from the event went to support the museum.
A little more than 10 years ago, 3 boys were killed in a crash on Riverwatch Parkway at Stevens Creek Road. And last night, the Eric J. Smalls Memorial Scholarship, created in honor of a 3rd grader killed in that accident, honored 2 students. Both students received $500. Usually it's only one scholarship for $1,000. We spoke with Smalls' mother about how she's dealt with the past 10 years.
With any mom, I didn't think I'd live 10 minutes after losing my son. But from the support of the community throughout the CSRA, when I lost Eric and the other 2 boys, his friends, everybody just rallied around me and showed so much love.
Throughout the years, the scholarship has raised more than $15,000. In Aiken, it was busy last night as another successful Market in the Alley took place. The event featured vendors, live music for everyone to enjoy while being in the outdoors. We heard from a tourism supervisor on why this event is such a big hit with everyone.
They can come, park, and then walk to their restaurant in a safe environment. There'll be people walking out here until 11, 12 o'clock at night. And this is a wonderful venue for Aiken to have here.
If you missed out, don't worry. The Market in the Alley is every Thursday throughout the summer until October. Taking a look at your top stories now in a